Hey, this is Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 388. I'm Brando. I'm here with Brian and Deborah to conclude the Ark of the Classics by talking about a deck that's probably older than you. Now, hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We're back for what it turns out, I just learned a minute ago, will be the last episode of Ark of the Classics before Wilds of Eldraine come out.
Yeah, sorry everybody that we didn't get to your deck. If you sent it in, this was the most sent in deck Ark since the Ark of Good Vibes back in 2020.
Man, you know what we should do? We should just do the Eldraine set and then just keep going with Ark of the Classics. Ooh. That's what we should do, because we got a lot of great submissions that I would love to talk about. And unless there's something really spectacular in Eldraine, we could probably just keep going with what the people want to talk about, I think.
You know what? Here's the thing. We could do both. We could
CCO and do both.
But before we do any of that.
Yes, before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, your source for all your gaming needs.
All of your Eldraine needs.
Yeah.
Sealed product, boosters, gaming supplies like playmats. Ooh, you can get playmats there.
Playmats. And deck boxes.
Deck boxes, singles, everything you need. You go there, FusionGamingOnline.com. You use CCO Summer promo code.
They even have a weird little bookshelf covered in old secret layers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And you can save 5% off CCO Summer promo code. 5%. Save it.
There you go. If it's your first time because you're new, welcome to Commander Cookout. Welcome to the nation, as we call it.
Yes, we appreciate you, Ish, being here, Ish.
Yeah, sort of. You go to FusionGamingOnline.com, use CCO Perks promo code when you spend $100, like if you're buying a booster box.
Right.
And you're going to get 10% of that money put back onto your account in store credit.
Yeah, buddy.
Then you can use that store credit and use CCO Summer again and save money on the stuff you're going to buy for free.
So you take the money that you were going to spend anyway, spend less of it, get some of it back, spend the part of it that you got back again, getting more than what you were going to buy, and spending the same amount of money that you were going to spend anyway.
Good deals all around.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Now, speaking of good deals.
Good deals.
Good deals all around. We're moving into some podcast business. If you want to become a Patreon supporter over at patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
And why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, why wouldn't you when you hear this? This is a good deal.
Okay.
Smart deal. Smart deal if you want to become part of the best community in Magic.
Which is true.
It is true. Lots of people say that.
Yeah.
But we have firsthand testimonial. You go into the Discord, you get finger blasted. Everybody give you the middle finger. That's how we say hi in the nation. Even when we walk into Command Fests, that's what happens.
Yes, it is. You're at a garage sale, people just walk by.
You're riding their bike. F you, Brando.
Yeah.
So you get into the Discord. That's one of the benefits. And we've got like channels for deck building and altars and reskinning a deck to be Lord of the Rings themed. That's a channel we have. Gameplay channels, voice channels, all that stuff. It's a great time. And if you ask anybody in there, they'll say, yeah, it's the best.
It's the best. Because it is. It just is. We have all the best people. And you could be one of them.
And
there's an and? There's more?
Of course.
Jesus.
Both? If you ever want to do more, the Discord and the Patreon messenger service is how you get the invite to the CCO experience.
Oh, yeah.
Of which your boys are all booked for.
Yeah.
So excited.
I am also excited.
Pool.
This
is our first house ever with a pool.
Yeah.
We had houses with balconies that overlooked like the river valleys and the cities with the skyscrapers.
One of them even overlooked a pool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the CCO penthouse in Vegas looked over a pool and a golf course.
Yeah, you opened up your first ever Eternal Witness, and Joel took it and threw it off the balcony.
Into the pool.
And I laughed pretty dang hard.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. You laughed after.
I did too. I was just like...
Do you have an Eternal Witness now?
No, not...
No, it was an Eternal Witness. Because you said you never opened one in a pack before.
Oh, yeah.
Joel took it and he threw it right off the balcony. Yep. See ya.
Well, I have several now.
Oh, good.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I'm happy for you.
I got full arts and foils and...
The CCO experience. We're booked. Your boys didn't get creator badges because, we're not part of the, we say swears and stuff or whatever. I'm not gonna throw any shade, though. Right?
Right. We're not gonna... Right.
We have at least 2 meals planned, so we're getting in touch with the 2 chefs. Yes,
Chefs.
because they're freaking chefs. They're not just cooks.
Yeah.
No, chefs. They wear like hats and stuff.
Are they going to bring the hats? Tell them to bring the hats. If you're listening, I know you are. Hats.
Here's the trade-off. Instead of hats,
No hats.
Jared is going to bring like
Hats.
several different kinds of pickled things for tacos, and they're going to make mini burgers for us.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't really eat pickled things unless it's a pickle, so I expect a hat. Either for myself or for a pickle.
A pickled hat.
Yes. Well, I don't want a pickled hat. I want a pickle hat, where there's a hat with a pickle. Or a hat that will go on a pickle that I could then laugh at.
Like a hickle.
Yes.
Ooh, don't Google that.
Because sometimes you want to just have things that you laugh at. You know what I mean? That's fun.
Like Commander Cookout Podcast.
Correct. We're very
Yeah.
funny.
CCO Experience. It's going to be fantastic.
Sure is.
Come find us. If you're not part of the CCO Experience official, come find us. Everybody be wearing like CCO shirts and hats and stuff, so you'll be able to find the nation and just come up to us, say hi. We'll play some games. We'll drink some beers on the strip, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome as long as you're not a dick. Come and find us. Sometimes we play outside at the events, but it's the main Las Vegas Convention Center this year.
So there probably won't be tables out there this year, which is kind of a bummer.
Well, outside too is like 15 blocks from where you play because the convention center's so big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fine. We've never drinking beer in the command zone anyways.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never.
No.
No. And we're especially not going to do that because we didn't get commander badges. We're not going to do it out of spite. That would be crazy.
Oh, well, no. Well, and you know what? It's in September, so it's not even going to be hot. So.
Man, it's August here and it's not hot. It's like 11 degrees outside right now.
So cold, yeah.
It's windy and shit.
Hey, we were talking about Commander hats a minute ago.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the cold. If you want Commander Cookout Fall and Winter line, we were planning it right before the show. We're going to have like denim and or flannel. There's going to be toques with pom-poms and without, depending on your preference. It's all going to be available, commandercookout.com. It's in the works, and I've talked to the merch manufacturer. The last thing that I have to do is kind of hit submit on all of the stuff.
Yeah.
And I do have one thing on order, or 2 things that I'm kind of working on still, that I want to see if it's what we want before I say any more. But there's going to be lots of cool stuff. We're getting new tokens made. Yeah. We're getting new gaming supplies made. I ordered a few different things there.
Yeah.
So commandercookout.com, if that's the way you want to support the show, by getting like
sweet stuff,
merch and tokens and gaming stuff and shirts and hats and coats, that's all available too.
Cool.
So
yeah, you can rep the nation and look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Even people who don't know our shirts think that our shirts are cool. Yeah. I was wearing my yellow one yesterday with the little palm tree on it. I got Brando, that's a really nice shirt. Thank you.
It's from Commander Cookout. You should Google them.
Yeah, commandercookout.com. You could probably go there and buy some of that
shit. You
shit.
Certainly can. I have several yellows left.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, speaking of sweet, last week's contest winner, yes. Booster pack giveaway winner, booster pack game. What am I saying?
I don't care.
Booster pack game. Well, let's move on then.
Who won?
We got a winner. They cheated though.
What?
Or well, somebody cheated. They saw the reflection of the commander in your glasses.
Man, how? Come on, man!
Man, that's like those murder mystery games where you have to like look at the room and kind of solve the mystery from the clues in the room.
Yeah,
that's what they did to us to win the booster pack game.
Well, we were on to you, and let me tell you,
gamer, hey.
Yeah, let me tell you about how you're not gonna get the ones from this week, which you'd know because you watched the pre-show, but you're not gonna get them off of my glasses this week.
Yeah, I took them off.
Yeah,
Brando did the whole pre-show naked.
Man, I could not see anything. Nope.
Not even his wiener.
I don't need to see nothing.
Okay, well, the last week's winner, I picked a random one because there was at least one person who got it through cheating, and then other people also got it. So I picked a random winner from last week. You can choose a CCO sticker pack, CCO token pack, now with treasures again, or a regular old crappy booster pack of Magic cards. It is called the booster pack game after all.
It might be Jumpstart.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what might happen to you if you pick the booster pack. You might get Jumpstart.
Jumpy 22s.
How do you feel getting a Jumpstart pack? Yeah. Let me tell you how you feel. Bad. You know what you don't feel bad getting? stickers and tokens.
Oh, baby. CCO stickers.
Yeah, we might even sign the treasures because there's only 8 of them. So if you pick the token pack, there's down to our last 8 treasures. We thought there was none of them left in Edmonton. Turns out there's only 8 left in real life,
In the world.
and that's it.
Exclusive.
That's right. So
We should serialize them 1 of 8.
ooh,
That's a good idea.
We could do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, the winner. Definitely real name.
Yep.
YouTube surname.
Okay.
At Randillium. Name will be on the screen. You'll see it on YouTube if you're watching.
What you should be.
Yeah. You should watch on YouTube and you should subscribe on YouTube because the business daddies care about that. And it's a great and free way to support the show.
Yeah.
That's good. So, Randillium?
Yeah.
Definitely real name.
What you want to do is you want to go to your email and you want to send an email to commandercookout@gmail.com. Let us know that you want, who you are, where you live, including your postal or zip code so we can actually send things to you. And what of the 3 aforementioned prizes you would like, we will send it off to you with a big FU into the ether that will travel with it to you.
Yeah. Or if you want to donate to the CCO Christmas sack.
Sure.
Yes. If you want to donate on coffee too, we never say that.
Nah,
Coffee.com/CCO Podcast. Except instead of coffee,
We buy beer with it.
it's beer. And mostly it's beer for the national lights at the CCO experience. That's what I like to do with that if we receive any donations. Because it's a great way to say thanks.
Yeah.
Or buy your friend a beer.
Yeah.
Or buy your good friend Ryan a beer if you're there.
Or me.
Just saying.
Also me.
Not him. Just
I am also there.
Nope. No. You don't even like beer.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. New patrons. Last piece of business, and we're starting in the classics.
Okay, new patron.
Returner, actually.
Return. Oh.
I think this is one of the guys who had his credit card fudged and then came back and said, hey, I'm going to...
Get a new nickname. I see you double dipping.
Well, you don't know. You know, there's the screw up where they changed countries and then people's credit cards were canceled.
What a stupid thing to do for a major financial corporate. That's so
Well,
dumb.
Hey, if that was you, go onto Patreon and check. Make sure your credit card is still hooked up and not being canceled. Because that really helps the show out with the bandwidth and the hosting and the website fees, all that stuff. So, Mr. Samuel Hales did that.
Sam Hales. That's like Sam Hain.
Payne.
Yeah, Sam Payne. I remember
Sam
that.
Payne, like champagne. Sam Payne.
Yeah.
Man, it's better when you say it fast like that. Because
Sam Payne.
I don't think I heard Sam Payne before.
Sam Payne. Pop a cork. Bust a cap.
Does his significant other drink him?
Maybe. Hey, no kink shaming in the nation.
No
You do whatever you
kink
want.
shaming in the
As
nation.
long as you're safe and everybody's on board, you do whatever you want.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
We should get a playmat, hey? No kink shaming in the nation. Just big block letters in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a dildo on it.
And a zipper mask.
And a dildo.
Yes. A zipper mask that has a detachable
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, next patron. Sam Payne, thank you.
Yes. F you also.
This guy's got an alias,
What?
so he needs a real name.
What a bunch of crap. Okay.
Nordic One.
Nordic one? Well, you know what? It's no dick one. Like, we've already established that.
Putting some certain emphasis where it usually isn't. No Dick One.
No dick one, yeah.
It's a silent R. I think I read it wrong, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
That was like when you go to push the space bar, but you actually accidentally push one of the letters.
Yes.
Except instead of pushing space, he pushed R. I get it.
Yes. I think he lives overseas, and silent R there.
Yeah.
When you convert that language back to English. Mm-hmm. No Dick One.
Thanks for being here.
And FU.
Indeed.
Now,
Yes,
big
quite.
FU to today's deck submitter.
Yeah. Who is it?
Deck submitter, John Kozlowski.
John Kovzlowski?
Kozlowski.
That's what I said, isn't it?
Hold on, I spelled it. There. Now Editor Joe will have the right spelling
There
on
we
the
go.
screen. Ooh, that was a close one.
John Coxlowski.
Well,
I like that better, like cockslaw. Like it's a
John
like you just took it, just beat up a head of lettuce or cabbage or whatever it is that you.
with your cock.
Yeah.
Smacking it. No king shaming, eh? If you
No, yeah,
Smash
that-
up fruit with your
With your wang,
with
do
your
it.
eggplant.
Do it, man.
John Grimjack Kozlowski.
Sure.
Sure. Not going to make any Jack jokes.
Nope.
Sent us in the oldest deck I think we've ever featured on the show.
Not old, like oldest as in how long it's been a deck.
Yes.
Yes.
Not the oldest commander ever, because this commander's from Mirage. It's Asmira Holy Avenger.
You mean the 2/3 flyer for white green 2 that at the end of each turn it gets a +1/+1 counter for each creature that went into your bin from play that turn?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that the very one?
This was going to be
Neat.
the 4th deck I ever built.
Dang.
After Baron Master Wizard, Balthor the Defiled, and Rith the Awakener. But I had Rith the Awakener. It was already green and white, but I wanted a Voltron deck. So instead I built Rorik's Bladewing. 6/5 flying haste for 6.
Now it's an uncommon drink.
Yeah, so Asmira Holy Avenger, John sent it in. He said this is going to be the perfect deck for the Ark of Classics because it's the oldest deck. It's nearly or as completely foiled as it can be. It has cards from when he started playing in 1994.
Yep.
It both has nostalgia and power, scalability, and he's very proficient, of course, because the deck is like 17 years old, he says.
You better be good at doing it by now.
So, what is this, the 4th episode in the Ark of Classics? And we've established that classic decks are ones that inform your meta. They're old, you're proficient in them. They have kind of a warm and fuzzy place in your heart.
You like them.
You like them. They're powerful but still fit into the meta. That's what I mean by they inform the meta, right?
Yeah.
Is the meta kind of adjusts around a certain deck because your friends, family, playgroup know that you always could pull that deck out of your arsenal.
Yeah, sometimes Brutaclad just pops out. Sometimes Bruvac is there, so...
Oh, Bruvac, yeah. I don't know, is he a classic? It's classic mill, I guess.
For you, I guess.
Yeah. So what I wanted to know from Uncle Brando
Oh, for me.
is what is your oldest deck? We talked about that being Sliver Queen.
It is Sliver Queen, for sure.
Even though you're probably more known, or your classic signature deck, if you will,
Certainly Norin the Wary.
would be Norin the Wary. And people actually ask you to play it.
Yeah.
Right? They ask you to play against Norin, and you've signed Norins before.
That makes me happy.
They do that with me with Animar, except they just ask to see it, not to play it. Because it's all painted, right? So how old is Sliver Queen? Do we got to do the math on it?
We might have to, because I remember the very first night we played EDH was in your kitchen in your old house.
My head?
Yeah. And it was you and me and Jesse and Geoff, and we'd all built a deck, and you had Baron Master Wizard, and I forget what Geoff played, probably some kind of artifact nonsense.
Yeah.
And Jesse had an Elf Ball deck, and I brought
Fucking Jesse.
the Scion of the Ur-Dragon was my first one I ever built.
Oh.
And then we played that game, and I was like, man, this totally sucks. I made the wrong decision, and I went home and immediately built Sliver Queen. So
Your boy switched from 5-color to 5-color.
yeah.
And now you hate 5-color.
Well, just generic 5-color. Give me a 5-color that like is interesting, and I'll do it. Give me just 5-color good stuff, and you can pound sand. Yeah, pound it. So whenever that night was that I just explained to you, that's how old Sliver Queen is.
We need the Jumanji meme. What year is it?
What year is this?
I want to say 2009.
So that in 19 is 10 years. 20, so 14 years? It's old.
This deck is older than that?
Dang.
I thought we were playing Commander before it was cool. Now I know it had been around for years in like high-level judge circles.
Yeah.
Years before we started playing it.
Yeah.
But this deck existed before that. So I have John's email that he sent, and I wanted to just give a little bit of a read to it. I know that we're not supposed to read on air, but he says, the days of 300-card, 5-color Highlander were winding down, and his play group started to just play, to part out their decks, those 300-card decks, into 100-card decks, and that's how this deck came to be. And that was he didn't give the year that was, but 2006.
There we go.
2006 is actually the year. Now, we didn't even play Magic together in 2006, hey?
No, we did.
No, I think I started playing with you guys in 2008.
Oh, was it? I don't know. We've been playing together for a long time before we started playing Edha. or EDH, if you will.
It has.
And then one day you were just like, yo, I heard about this thing from the
We
thing. We
should
should
do
try
this.
this. And then that's where the four of us like just smashed decks together and did that.
Yeah, and
then-
you weren't even on board at the start. You were like, I don't know if I like this. I don't want to have to build 100-card decks and use cards, because you had like 60 decks.
Yeah.
Like 60 card decks that had 4 of any one copy. And you're
Yeah.
like, I don't want to rip these decks apart to make EDH.
And then after a while, it's like, yeah, fuck these decks. Get out of here.
Because we started playing EDH.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
'Cause
people
we're
started to
smart.
like it, and then I built a second deck. Somebody borrowed it. Nope, I was wrong. Iona was my second deck. Mono white. You can't play colors. was my second deck. There we go. Yeah, over time it just evolved, and you kept Sliver Queen the whole time?
Yep.
And when did you build Norrin in that kind of timeline?
Norrin came once I realized that we're going to build this. It was within a year for sure.
Yeah.
You
You had Norrin before C11.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Norrin's been around a long time, and I love that guy. He's going nowhere.
Yeah, that's how my Balthor deck is now. I guess it's my third oldest deck.
Yeah.
My third oldest deck, then Rith, then Rorix, and then I think Animar.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like my fifth deck.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Frickin' Emrakul and Tolarian Academy got banned, so I took apart Baron Master Wizard. Frick. I had a Loro in there too, a Loro combo with Demonic Consultation before it was cool.
Yeah.
I was leading the charge, hey?
I meant to ask, why is the Emrakul that's not banned, why is she $100? What the hell?
Commander, Modern.
Is she played anywhere but
Pioneer?
Commander? Like, what the hell is going
I
on
have
there?
no
If you know, down in the comments.
I don't know anything.
Yes. Also, Sakiko, Mother of Summer. We still don't know why she got new art for Commander Masters. So if you've come to any conclusions about that, put those in the comments too.
No.
Yeah. Should we
Let's,
flip over and talk some cards?
Let's flip over, talk some cards, do the deck.
Okay, now before we get to the ramp and the rocks, which is where we're going to start, we do have to inform the people in the nation that we have moved from the standard CCO studio back to the Wood Age studio. As you probably heard for the first 22 minutes of the show, Ryan sounded a little weird and we couldn't figure it out, so we just packed up and moved in here.
Brando did his best job in post to make me sound as buttery as always. Don't Google that.
Yeah, but
Here we are.
yeah, here we are in here. So we're going to do some ramp and some rocks. There's some stuff that everybody's going to know. There's some stuff that people are not. We're going to talk about some of them or all of them, starting with Yavimaya Elder.
Ooh, that's a 2-1. This is a classic card. Now, John did say that some of the cards and strategies are a little bit dated. I think that the first card in the deck is one of those. This is a 2-1. When it is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you could search your library for 2 lands, 2 basics, put them into your hand. You could pay 2, sacrifice them to draw a card. And remember, when we sacrifice, Asmira Holy Avenger is going to get a +1/+1 counter at the end of the turn.
Yes.
So this guy's going to find us land, draw a card, put a +1 on our commander. Good, pretty good.
That's pretty. I wouldn't even say that that's even dated. I think that that's good in the deck.
The card is good in the deck, but the card as a good green ramp card is dated.
But it works so good in the deck.
Yeah.
I think that a mark of a classic is when you can play cards like this and it still works.
Hey, automotive analogy. Cars don't come with carburetors anymore, but they're still a fine piece of mechanical equipment if you want to make horsepower on a race car.
There we go.
There you go.
Wood Elves.
ETBs, find a forest.
3 visits.
Find a forest.
Sakura Tribe Elder, that's Steve.
Here we go. Sacrifice them, find a land, then you put a +1 on an Asmira.
Nature's Lore.
Find a forest, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Sol Ring.
Sol Ring.
Neverwinter Dryad
Hey.
and Diligent Farmhand. Basically the same card.
They die. Oh, no. You sacrifice them, find a forest.
Yeah, they're both are 1/1s for 1. You can pay 2, sack them, find a forest, put them into play.
There you go.
And they don't say basic forest.
They
I think.
do.
they are
Neverwinter
basic.
Dryad does say basic. Yes.
Basic forest and Diligent Farmhand is basic land.
Basic land. So you could get a plains in this deck.
Let's talk removal and wraths.
Sure.
Also, or Woodfall Primus.
Woody P.
Yes.
Ooh.
No,
Yeah.
Google it. Google away.
Okay.
See
Well,
why we're saying ooh ah.
This is an 8-drop. Ooh. 8-drop 6/6 Tree Folk Shaman Trampski. When he enters the battlefield, destroy target non-creature permanent.
Yeah.
Sure. And it has persist. So when it dies, if it didn't have a -1 on it, you bring it back from the graveyard, so it ETBs again, hits graveyard, and then hits play again with a -1 counter on it.
For those of you out there asking, yes, the deck does do exactly what you were thinking you could do with Woodfall Primus, and we're going to get to that later.
You can put +1s on it to negate the -1s and sacrifice it again and again and again?
That's right.
Oh, I wonder how we're going to do that in some creative way that isn't a way that we've seen over the last 17 years of Commander.
Not with Duplicant.
No, I used to play this in Animar, though. It's a 2/4 shapeshifter. When it ETBs, you imprint, which means you exile a non-token creature that is on the battlefield. And Duplicant has power and toughness and creature type of that thing.
I wish it just became the thing.
I so wish it just became the thing.
I wanted it to be a clone, but also a removal spell. That would be so cool.
It's almost that, hey? It's just, it becomes the bigliness of the thing that it removes.
I want it to have the stuff. Or keep its own power and toughness and become the stuff. That's what I want. Because that's what makes clones exciting to me. Yeah, anyway. Tragic Arrogance.
Each player chooses from among the stuff they got one of each type of thing. Dust the rest.
Wrath of God.
Dust everything.
Divine Reckoning.
Each player chooses a thing they control and dust the rest.
And it flashes back for 7.
There you go.
Lauren of the Turd Path.
Oh. ETBs, this is Reclamation Sage, right?
Sure is.
ETBs and disenchant something, but it's got Vig, and you can tap it for you and opponent each draw a card.
That's cool. Night of Autumn.
Night of Autumn. This card does it all. Enters the battlefield, choose 1. Put 2+1s on Night of Autumn.
Neat.
So it becomes a 4/3 for 3.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Destroy target artifact or enchantment.
So it's a Rec Sage.
Yeah. And gain 4 life.
Nobody ever picks that.
Hey, I picked that one.
No, you
I
don't count.
I know.
Is this one of the most hated cards in Commander?
Yes.
Aura Shards.
Yes. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, not cast, not non-token, any creature, ETBs at all, see Woodfall Primus, entering twice or more, destroy target artifact or enchantment.
And it comes into play under your control.
Oh, yeah.
So if you play a dude that makes a Siege Gang Commander, for example, makes a body and then 3 other bodies, you kill 4 things.
Oh,
It's wild. Everybody hates that card. But, I mean, you play it.
pretty good.
Sully Pride Mage.
Oh, yeah, this is a classic.
Yes,
this
it
is
is.
a classic from frickin' Shards of Alara, hey?
Yeah, buddy.
This is a 2/2 for white-green. This one got played in, like, Legacy for just a fraction of a minute.
Yep.
In Zoo decks, right?
Sure
It's
did.
got Exalted, so whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1 until end of turn, and you can go 1, sacrifice it, so you're going to put a counter on Asmira, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Man, no artifacts or enchantments are living in this deck, eh?
Then we have Swords and Path.
Swords and Path.
Swords and Path.
Yeah,
Swords and Path.
kill a thing.
Let's toot and draw.
Toot and draw.
Start with Momentous Fall.
Oh, sacrifice?
Nah.
There it is. That's an additional cost. So even if it gets countered, Asmir is going to get a +1 at end of turn.
That's right.
That's okay. Draw cards equal to the bigliness of the sacrificed creature's power. Gain life equal to its toughness.
Masked Admirers.
This is a little... What do you think a foil of this one's worth from Lorwyn?
Let's read what it does.
Oh, whatever.
Then we'll see.
Enters the battlefield, draw a card for 4. It's a 3/2 elf. And whenever you play a creature spell, you may pay 2. If you do, you return it from your graveyard to your hand. It's a fine blocker, isn't it?
Yeah, what do you think it's worth? Foil it. It's from Lorwyn, so it's going to be more than we like. But it's not amazing in today's world. It's good in this deck, so I'm going to say maybe like $9 or $10. I'm guessing high. In my mind, I'm guessing high.
Foil? Wow. Yeah, $3.
There we go. Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause it's not amazing. I tripled the value of it in my brain.
Oh, you know why? Because it's in Modern Masters. There it is. Because it's in Modern Masters, it brought the price down, even the foil.
Ooh.
Now, the next card in foil.
Let's talk about cards that have not gone down in foil, because I've been looking for one for a long time. Don't have one. Academy Erection. Ooh.
Rector.
Damn near killed her. How much is this in foil? I don't even want to know.
This is a white 3 human cleric for 1/2. Well, 1/2. When it dies, search your library for an enchantment, put it onto the battlefield.
If it was going to eat shit, you exile it instead.
Oh,
if
yes.
you do, you can find yourself an enchantment right into play.
From Urza's Legacy, right?
Yeah.
Destiny. Destiny.
With the vial.
Foil,
Oh, I don't even want to know. But yes, I do. Tell me.
U.S. currency, freedom dollars,
Oh, tell me. Oh, God. Oh, God.
700.
Oh!
Our boy John has a foil one, probably cracked it, packed fresh, never sleeved it.
That's like $1,100 Canadian.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
But it's an enchantment tutor. That's a good card.
Wow. Siona, Captain of Penis.
Yeah, you read this one. This does 100 things.
It's a 2/2 for Celestia and 1 human soldier. When it comes into play, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You can reveal an aura from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest in the bottom in a random aura. And whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a creature you control, you make a 1/1 white human soldier creature token.
So it tutors and it makes guys.
And yes, just for the record, we're finding that aura. We're going to get to that in a little bit, too. Heliod's Pilgrim.
Enters the battlefield, search your library for an aura card, put it into your hand, then shuffle.
There is a card from Dungeons & Dragons, the first one. Mm-hmm. Same mana cost, but it's a 3/2, does the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think those cards are underplayed. You got to find auras. Yeah. Find an Eldrazi conscription.
That'll do it, yeah.
That'll do big.
Fecundity. I love this card.
Whenever a creature dies, its controller draws a card.
Here would be my personal thing, a thing that I would have a great deal of struggling with in this deck. Mm-hmm. Fecundity that we have in the deck, 8th edition.
Yep.
Cool card, very interesting to have, great conversation piece if you're into foils.
Yes, 8th edition foils, very much not cheap.
The reprint of it from one of the modern sets, I think it might have been Double Masters. The art is so nice.
This is Rebecca Gay art, which matches the artist who did the Commander.
Which, again, another reason why it's so cool, right? I like the one with the cool skull with the flower on it.
Yeah,
I just really like that picture, so you're torn, right?
Yeah, the Ultimate Masters one in foil, $199. You notice we're mentioning foil prices in this deck because John has the deck completely foiled. That's kind of one of the things that over time, it just kind of happens.
You just kind of do, yeah.
Yeah, it's just players move to that. The 8th edition one is $10 in foil.
That's pretty not bad,
that
actually.
bad,
yeah. Eldritch Evolution is our next card.
Additional cost again. Sack a creature.
Uh-oh.
Then you search for a creature. You search your library for a creature with converted mana cost X plus 2, where X is the sacrifice creature's converted mana cost.
Or less.
Or less, yeah. So if you sacrifice a 1-drop, you can search for a 3-drop, 2-drop, 1-drop, or 0-drop.
Yes.
That's a CEDH card right there. I play that card.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Stall of Omens.
Oh, yeah. ETBs, draw card, 04 wall.
Survival of the Shittiest.
Oh, another CEDH card. That's an enchantment for 2. You pay 1, sack a creature. Yeah. Search for a creature, put it into your hand.
This is another one I'm very jealous. I want this one so bad. It's got a snake on it. It's got a wolf on it. It's got a pretty lady on it. It's foil. I have none of those on mine. Mine just has an angry goblin.
Wait, hey, you can't go wrong, though.
That's true. That's true. We have Life's Legacy.
Additional cost, sack a creature, draw cards equal to its bigliness.
Altar of Bones.
Altar of Bone. This is one that John specifically mentioned as being outdated. Okay, so do you want to read the card text and then I'll adjust question, my liege?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, sorcery. Green, white. Sacrifice a creature to look through your library for a creature card, semicolon. Put that card into your hand after showing it to all other players, period. Reshuffle your library afterwards. Sick.
As an additional cost, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a creature, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It's a tutor.
Yes, for a dude.
This could be Eladamri's Call, but this one sacrifices a creature.
Eladamri's Call is an instant.
Yeah, no creature sack either.
Yeah.
Frick.
Oh. And we have a Skull Clamp as well.
Yeah, that draws cards.
We have a 1-card section called Miscellaneous Tricks. It's the Ozolith. We have tokens all over the place. Lots of the counters are on our commander.
+1 counters, you mean?
Yeah, you don't want to dick around with trying to rebuild your commander after she eats shit, so you have the Ozolith to help you out with that.
Yeah, think of Asmira, Holy Avenger, is like the precursor to Alenda the Dusk Rose.
Or
when something dies, Alenda gets bigger.
Or Skullbriar.
Yeah. And the Ozolith, of course, great in both of those decks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next up, what do we got to do? Oh, this is some persist engines. We talked earlier about the Woodfall Primus, where you gotta you get the -1/-1 counter. You gotta remove that thing so you can sack him again to do more persist shit. Juniper Order Ranger.
J-O-R.
Jar.
Sure. This is a 2/4 for white, green, 3. I've thought this card is good from the first time I seen it, but other people don't seem to. I don't know, maybe John likes it. Okay, whenever another creature comes into play under your control, put a +1 counter on it.
Neat.
And then a +1 counter on Juniper Order Ranger or some shit. We don't care about that part.
Yeah. Cather's Crusade.
Creature ETBs, you put a +1 counter on all creatures you control.
Oh my god. Heartmender.
At the beginning of upkeep, remove a -1 counter from each creature you control.
And it has persist.
It has persist. Yeah. Okay.
Kitchen Finks.
ETBs gain 2 life, and it has persist.
Good Fortune Unicorn.
Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1 counter on that creature.
Here's a card I really wish that I got to play more often, but I don't really play strategies that involve her. Melira Sylvok Outcast.
Well, give her a read.
She is a 2/2 for 2, one of which is green. You can't get poison counters. Creatures you control can't have -1/-1 counters placed on them. Creatures your opponent control lose infect.
So you'll notice that all of those cards go infinite or nigh infinite with persist creatures. Kitchen Finks, Woodfall Primus, ETB, they get a +1. You can sacrifice them again. They'll immediately come back, get a +1, negates the -1. Yep. It's the oldest trick in the persist book.
Sure is.
And that is, sure, it's a combo that we've all seen before, but it's something that is near and dear to a player and works and is a win condition because modern Commander philosophy a lot of the times is, air quotes, game's gotta end.
Mm-hmm. Right? I brought a deck like this to Extended.
I was going to say still play Extended in 2010.
And nobody believed me that that's how it worked. And I was like, no, that's how it works.
That's why Melira was like so good in Extended and Modern and stuff.
It's like,
right?
that's why you're dead, bro. Like, I used a safe hold elite to sack it to my Bloodthrone Vampire over and over again to kill a guy.
Dang.
And he was like, oh yeah, I guess I just lose.
I guess I just lose.
Yeah, you do.
How many times have I said that in my life? Okay, well, we've got a section called Other Recursion as well. Let's get through those real quick.
Where the hell is that?
I don't know. You've got yours laid out.
Oh, there we go. I see it.
Yeah, you've got yours laid out different than I do.
Okay, Other Recursion. We're going to start with Emiria Shepherd.
Oh, I play this in Frick, Bryon Stoutarm. Does this one even come in foil?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one does. I don't play this one in Bryon Stoutarm. I do play this one in Bryon Stoutarm. Frick, I suck.
Come on, man.
This is a 4/4 flyer for 7.
Oh.
It's good already.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you get a non-land. Return target non-land permanent from your graveyard to your hand. If that land was a plains, you return it to the battlefield instead.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like flinging a Malignus and then playing a plains and then getting a Malignus back and then attacking with it. Yes.
Sun Titan.
ETBs or attacks, you get a 3-drop or less back.
Lifeline.
Oh.
This is a cool card.
Artifact for 5. I've altered one of these. It looked really good. One ever. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard and a creature is also in play, interesting, return that creature from your graveyard to play at end of turn. That's kind of gives your guy persist as long as you got another guy.
Better persist because there's no -1/-1
yeah,
counter. I play that in, what's the thing? What's that deck I play? Ratted-Rabbik. Because then you sack the dude to get a copy of the dude, and at the end of the turn you get your dude back, so then you have double dudes.
The dudes.
Oh, dudes. Luminous Broodmoth.
Luminous Dude Moth.
Oh, I like that. That's good. I like that one.
Okay, 3/4 flyer for 4. It's probably good already. Whenever a creature without a flying dies, you return it to the battlefield under your control with a flying counter on it.
Neat.
Goes infinite with Malira because you can't put counters on guys.
Gift of Immortality.
Oh, I play this one in Bryon as well. Enchant creature dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and then at the end of turn, you return Gift of Immortality from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Attached to that creature.
Yes. So you have just a small window to kill the creature again, but you do have to kill the creature twice.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Eternal Witness.
You get a guy back when ETBs.
Balliged Recovery.
You get a guy back when you cast it, and it's a land on the other side.
Brought back.
You get a something back when you cast it.
2 of them.
Sure.
Angelic Renewal.
Oh, here's a classic. Look at another Rebecca Gay special, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. This is an enchantment now. Whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from the B, you may sacrifice Angelic Renewal. If you do, return that creature to the B.
Yay.
That's okay. Oh, wait a second. That says return that card. So when it's in your graveyard, it doesn't even need to be a creature anymore. So if you have like a man land or something, it works.
Neat.
Hey, there you go.
That's neat.
Judges, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that you will, but I think that's how that works.
Should we do the engines now or some of the different stuff? We have sack stuff and engine stuff.
Let's do sack stuff so people know what we're doing with the sack.
Oh, I'm really excited. We're going to go from the back. We got Greater Good.
Greater Sack. It's an enchantment. Sack a creature, draw cards equal to its bigliness, and then you discard 3 cards.
Birthing Pod.
You sack a guy, get a bigger guy.
Phyrexian Altar.
Oh, there's infinite mana and infinite everything with persist.
Yes.
Sack a guy, get a mana.
Martyr's Cause.
Sack a creature, prevent all damage that would be dealt to a creature from or player from one source.
So like you can turn off an earthquake or like hitting you or a comet storm or a giant dude.
Or if you have your persist like engine going, you can prevent all combat damage.
Yeah.
You can prevent infinites by responding to infinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, judges are going to hate me. They're going to go, fucking Commander players.
Fanatical Devotion.
Oh, sack a creature, regenerate target creature.
It's a mask block special.
That is a mega card. So good.
Blasting Station.
Blasting butthole. Yeah.
Finger blasting station.
The Taco Bell bathroom after Uncle Brando goes there when he's hungover. This is whenever a creature puts into play, you untap Blasting Station. Remember that with our persist combo, okay?
Yes.
You untap it whenever a creature enters the battlefield. You tap and sack a creature, and it deals 1 damage to a creature or player.
So with the persist engine going, you win the game.
You tap and sack, like, you use this as a response, you tap and sack it to deal a damage. The creature you sack is a persist creature. Mm-hmm. It'll enter the battlefield again, gain you 2 life, or destroy a permanent with our persist guys, and it'll untap Blasting Station, rinse and repeat. You could also, if you have a second guy, you could also make infinite mana.
Sure.
It's pretty good.
Spawning Pit.
You play this one, don't you?
Used to, not anymore.
Oh, okay. Sack a creature, put a charge counter on it, and you can go 1, remove 2 charge counters, put a 2/2 spawn into play.
Neat.
Oh, you go infinite. Those are the guys you also sacrifice to Blasting Station to go infinite for mana.
Yes. Spawning or Altar of Dementia.
Man, all the altars in this deck. Sack a creature, target player mills equal to that creature's bigliness.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm
looking her up.
I've wanted to talk about this actual card for a long time, so I'm really excited we get to right now, baby. It's Diamond Valley.
Diamond Valley. Not even the most expensive card in the deck.
No,
because Academy Rector is foil. This is the second most expensive land from Arabian Nights, unless you count Mountain. I don't know if that mountain counts, though. Is an Arabian Nights mountain more expensive than Diamond Valley?
I don't think so.
Anyways.
But Diamond Valley is in the multi-hundreds of dollars. It is a land that does not tap for mana, but it does tap to sack one of your bros, and in exchange for a number of life points equal to its toughness.
Very good.
Yes, so you sack a dude to get life equal to its toughness. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Great art to that little skeleton looking right at the camera, breaking the 4th wall.
With his helmet. He's like, hey, buddy, I'm dead.
I'm dead. Here's some diamonds. I don't know how they gain you life, but here's some diamonds.
All right, Ryan, we got one more section, and I'm...
Wait, for the record, Diamond Valley versus Arabian Nights Mountain.
Okay.
Arabian Nights Mountain online, about $150.
Wow.
Diamond Valley, $680. Just making sure.
Some of these old reserve list cards, man, hey?
That's it.
Are rare and versus a rare collectible. Right?
Huh?
See, it's almost like the reserve list is a lie. Because if
Oh,
a basic
hey,
mountain can be,
oh.
if the basic mountain can be worth that many dollars, when there are mountains that you can get for free, maybe old printings of things are still collectible. I'm just saying.
Tell that to the judges that are mad about the recent round of Judge Academy basics.
They have every right to be, don't they?
Yeah,
Man,
I think so.
I have never been so on board with somebody being mad about something they get for free. And I know that has nothing to do with the deck, but for real, like,
You're on board.
what a shitbag move that is.
Somebody forgot to pass off card files, or somebody forgot to like do something. They were like, "Oh, here's these basics that we're using for a set in 3 years from now that we have time to recommission. Quick, send them off to the Judge Academy printing press." Ah,
right?
oh, phew. They'll be happy. They're foil. They're judge cards. Tee-hee.
No,
Frick.
Nobody's happy with that. Nobody's happy.
Nobody's happy because they can't even buy them and resell them as retailers for more money. Anyways.
All right, let's talk combo engines. We have 7 of them. I think that astute listeners / people who've been playing for a long time probably could guess all 7 of these cards.
No.
Because this is what is it, Ryan? A classic combo strategy.
Yes.
And we're doing, that's what we're doing. And there's nothing wrong with it. We're not saying, oh, don't, because it's cool. Although
these are the cards that do it.
To be fair, I am going to say this is probably one of my least favorite combos in EDH. And that's a personal thing. And the reason that I don't like it is because I've never understood it.
You're a big man.
And I'll admit it. I'm here to admit it.
Playing Commander for 20 fucking years,
Yeah.
he doesn't get it.
And the combo just, and I know it kills me. I know it does. And I just think,
Yeah.
I'm dead now. But if I could probably get somebody like, no, explain to me how this kills me, and they probably couldn't. I just assume it works. So
Fantastic.
and I'm fully admitting that right here on the internet in front of everybody.
Oh.
And we're gonna start with everybody's favorite combo enabler in Protean Hulk.
Oh, P-Hulk.
Oh,
6/6 for 7. No, when it
Eats shit.
When it dies,
Yep.
you search for creature cards with total converted mana cost 6 or less.
put them all into play.
Put them into frickin' play.
Oh, I used to kill people with slivers and on turn 0 with
There you go.
that Disciple of the Vault.
So we can tutor, in addition for tutoring for enchantments, which we're going to get to in this section, we can tutor with Protean Hulk.
Yes.
Okay.
Boom Weaver Giant. I know it's Boon, but I'd say Boom.
Boon Weaver Giant is a 7-drop, 4/4 giant monk. Hey, I should play him in Ark of Classics.
You probably should, actually. He'd be good in there.
When he enters the battlefield, you may search your graveyard, hand, and frickin' library for an aura card and put it onto the gall dang Boon Weaver Giant, and then shuffle. So you get an aura, put it right onto him.
Yes. So that's your Eldrazi Conscription, or the card we're going to get to in a minute.
yeah.
We're going to read it last, because everybody's guessing it, so we're going to do it where I think people are guessing it in their brains.
Yeah.
So we're going to read that as the last card of the deck. We have a Revelark.
Some people call it Reviark. You know, that double L in Spanish is a Y sound.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was today years old when I learned that.
Yes,
That's fun.
that's why in Spanish it's Porta Vallarta instead of Porta Vallarta, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay,
so,
cool.
so you will hear people say that as Reviark.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a 4/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, return 2 target cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to play, and it has evoke for 6. So you evoke it, you get the ETB, and then the creature immediately dies.
Yes. So you get an ETB and then an ETB from it.
An ETB, then a DTB.
What's D?
Died to the battlefield.
That's not how that... It's ETB and ETB. That's how it is.
Exit the battlefield?
Yeah. Enter the battlefield, enter the bin.
Oh, you know what I say? Oh, man. Usually people say ETB, LTB.
Nah. ETB, ETB.
ETB?
That's how it is.
I've never heard that before. Man, I play Commander 20 years, never heard that. See, that's
With me.
That's why we do the Ark of Classic. You got to learn the classic lingo.
We've got a Karmic Guide.
So this is the thing that you interchange with your Revelark and Karmic Guide. It's got a bunch of other stuff like Echo and Pro Black and Flying. Who cares? It's a 2/2, so Revelark can get it. And when this ETBs, you get a creature from your graveyard to play.
Yes.
So you get the Revelark, and then you sacrifice this, and then you get the Revelark comes in, and you sacrifice the Revelark, and then the Revelark can get this and something else, right? And you can interchange the thing that you get with other stuff because you can loop Karmic Guide and Revelark.
Right.
So that's a thing.
Sure.
Okay.
That's definitely what's happening right now. Renegade Rallier.
Oh, this is a new one. Okay, so this has got Revolt. When Renegade Rallier enters the battlefield, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, I don't know.
In this deck?
Like a
What?
Karmic Guide or a Revelark, let's
on.
say. Return target permanent card with converted mana cost 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. And we can get a card like
Safi Eric's daughter.
a 2-drop, 2/2. You sacrifice it when target creature is put into your graveyard from play this turn. Return that card to play.
Right.
So you could get like your Boonweaver Giant or your Protean Hulk or whatever.
Your Renegade Rallier, if you wanted to like loop that
Oh
way.
yeah. And all of these things, like your Renegade Rallier and your Safi Eric's daughter loop each other, your Karmic Guide and your Revelark loop each other, and you can mix in your Boonweaver Giant. And remember, Boonweaver Giant lets you search your graveyard, hand, and library for an equipment an aura, and put it onto the battlefield. And you mother ass find
Pattern of Rebirth.
Pattern of Rebirth. Now, I think it's important that we read the actual text.
Okay, Pattern of Rebirth is a enchant creature.
Sorry. I mean the new Oracle text is what I mean.
I'm going to read as it was meant to be written, as Richard Garfield intended. Pattern of Rebirth is an enchantment for green 3. When enchanted creature is put into a graveyard from play, that creature's controller may search his or her library for a creature card and put that card into play. If that player does, he or she then shuffles her library. That's pretty easy to understand.
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah, it's an enchantment aura, enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, like Karmic Guide or Revelark, because you're going to loop those.
Yep.
Search your library for a creature, put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle.
Right.
You search for a Boonweaver Giant.
Right.
Boonweaver Giant will get back Pattern of Rebirth, sacrifice Boonweaver Giant, search for a creature, I don't know, whatever.
Find whatever. See, you don't get it either. So we've got all these fucking loops, and there's all this shit happening, and we're finding Pattern of Rebirth, and we're getting Boonweaver Giant, and we're doing Protean Hulk stuff. We've got Safi starters, Renegade Rallier, and Karmic Guide, and Revelark, in and out of the graveyard, right?
Yep.
How the fuck do we win?
I know that you search for a Boonweaver Giant, so you can get the Pattern of Rebirth back, and then you can sacrifice the Boonweaver Giant. But, how do you get the Boonweaver Giant back with the Revelark? You can't.
No. How do you win?
Oh, man, I don't remember. I think you got to search.
Like, the only way that I found...
You got to have the Safi Eric's daughter to get the Boonweaver Giant back, right? Because you sacrifice Safi, and it says the next time Boonweaver Giant dies, you bring it back.
Yeah.
And then your Revelark can get your Karmic Guide and your Safi back.
Right.
Right? And then you can sacrifice the Revelark, and you get the Karmic Guide back, and it brings back the frickin' Revelark. Revelark brings back the Karmic Guide. And the Revelark bringing back two things, and both of those things are both able to bring something back.
Yeah, but how do you win? Well, I want to win now.
Eventually, you can do that. Oh man, what do you do?
Because your person doesn't get big until the end of turn.
Your person doesn't get big until the end of turn. At end of turn,
and then she just eats a terror.
No, because
my dude is so huge. Yeah, sweet. Die.
At the end of turn, you can sacrifice to Altar of Dementia. Right? When you've got 3 things that all bring things back, and one of the things that comes back always tutors for another creature, because your Boonweaver Giant dying searches for another creature that you can mix into the loop.
Now, Boonweaver is just an enchantment.
No, but the enchantment is Pattern of Rebirth. Pattern of Rebirth triggers when Boonweaver Giant dies. So you can find every creature in your deck.
Yeah.
Eventually, you find every creature in your deck, or you just find like your persist guys and nuke their whole thing, right?
Except they're creatures.
Oh, sure, yeah, whatever. Or you instead of getting Boonweaver Giant back after a while, looping Karmic Guide and Revelark, you just get a creature that ETBs and draws a card, like your Wall of Omens. You can draw your whole deck. And then after you draw your whole deck, you can play your Altar of Dementia. Or you could do your, what's another one? Your Wood Elves, which will find you every forest in your deck.
Well, but all your forests are in your hand. Because you drew your whole deck.
Because you drew your whole deck. Yeah, that's right.
See, like, we're not winning. We haven't won yet. We're looping and doing all this stuff. See, CCO Nation, it's not as easy as you think. You laugh at me.
Which one can deal infinite damage? Can any of them deal damage?
Goddamn Blasting Station.
There you go.
And you don't need any of that shit to do Blasting Station.
You don't, but because Blasting Station combos with persist cards in Malira, right?
Yeah.
These are just more combos that let you protect your guys or draw your whole deck or get infinite ETBs.
ETBs don't do anything.
Except for draw your whole deck to find Blasting Station. Because there's no artifact tutors in the deck.
Why don't you just play one of those?
Are there any in white? Oh, I guess there's
Enlightened
Enlightened Tutor.
Tutor?
Yeah, Enlightened Tutor will do it. Yeah.
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 I don't like the combo either. Like, I don't like playing against it. I understand that it beats me, and I just ask them how they do it. Right?
Yeah, me too. And then they go,
because I know that Safi and Boonweaver Giant, Revelark and Karmic Guide can loop, and they can both find all the creatures in their deck with Pattern of Rebirth and get infinite ETBs or ETBs. Enters the bins. So...
But I think the deck is really cool, and I love it. And I like that we're ending the Ark of the Classics with a classic EDH combo.
And nobody knows what the hell it does.
I've never developed this is a fucking Commander players.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what do you do?
Oh, no,
I
okay.
don't know.
I got this, okay? You know how I always make automotive references because they're easy to understand.
Yeah.
Commander decks and race cars, for example, right?
This is like this is like a car that has a perpetual energy engine, but no wheels.
No. This is your classic mechanic that knows how to fix everything and do body work and like take apart doors and fix speakers and, you know, like drop a new motor in, like jack of all trades garage mechanic, right? He can fix anything until you ask him how to fix an automatic transmission. And he's like, I don't know, I got a transmission guy for that. The Boonweaver Safi Revelar combo, that's the transmission. Fucking somebody else can deal with it. There it is.
I know it works.
Yeah. Hey, quick. Strengths and weaknesses.
Strength. Classic and fun.
True classic forever deck. The epitome of forever deck. It's got frickin' Diamond Valley.
It's been around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since before the format was even a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Probably the oldest deck we've ever featured on CCO.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Still fucks. That combo still works.
Yeah.
I still die to Altar of Dementia and Altar of the Brood. Those little incremental mill ones.
Yeah.
I still die to them.
We could put an Altar of the Brood in here.
Pew, 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 pew.
There, we figured it out.
There you go.
Right? You just have a very... Well, then you can't... I guess you have to find that. You got to draw your whole deck and then...
Well, then we're doing that anyways.
Right.
F you, Alex is just salivating. Yes, Altar of the Brood. I don't play that in Bruvac. I don't know. It influences the decks that John and his playgroup build around this deck because they know it exists, they know it's good, they know he's proficient in it, and they know that he can combo probably relatively early with it in games. He knows the hands he's got to keep, he knows how to play it, and it's a deck that people recognize when he pulls it out, even by the deck box it's in or the sleeves that it's in.
Yep.
I know when you're going to play Norn because I know the sleeves.
Yep.
And I know the color, and I know how you set up your battlefield and your land and all your stuff with it.
Yep.
Right? Just like I've got Animar in the shiny deck box.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
That's how it works. The weakness of the deck.
It's a little outdated.
What the hell does it even do?
Game's got to end. I'm just going to combo. Well, you don't actually win.
Yeah, how do you win, bro? Well, I'm just going to... I'm going to keep this loop going until you all die of old age or scoop.
I'm going to keep this going, and I'm going to demonstrate moving cards from this to that to this to that zones until I draw a blasting station. Oh, just demonstrate the loop and I scoop, right? So I guess be proficient. That's the message of the day. You just know how your stuff works, right?
Right.
Not as technologically advanced. We talked about that a couple times, but the cards that are in here, obviously, they work with the deck.
Yeah.
So,
and it's very solid for like there's probably people think, oh, well, you just play a Leyline of the Void or whatever. And this deck is aware that there are easy ways to disrupt a combo like this, and they play lots of answers.
They do, and they know how to respond because, like the Karmic Guide Revelark loop, where you have a sack outlet and like another creature.
Yeah.
People know how to play that, right? They know that that is part of a known combo. If you're not going to combo like that, and you have to a little bit go Voltron style, just value make Asmira big with like ETB find a land guy, ETB draw a card guy, and then Cathar's Crusade to make your Asmira big. Is Voltron strategy, is that a strength or a weakness as a backup win condition? I'm not sure.
It's a weakness in this deck because you have to telegraph it a turn early.
I suppose. No haste.
Yeah.
No
well,
haste.
even if it did have haste, your dude doesn't get big until the end of the turn.
Oh, yeah. Where's Fling when you need it?
Right?
Yeah.
In red.
And we're black. There are black flings.
Oh, yeah.
Blings, I call them. Yeah. Or dings. Dark fling.
Yeah. Both work.
Sure. Weakness. $1,354 deck.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah.
No.
Turns out the foils, except for
it's more
Academy
than
Rector.
It has to be more than $1,300.
I took like the TCG market price.
Because the Diamond Valley is $700, and the fucking Academy Rector is $8. That's $1,500 on 2 cards, and then he's got a foil Aura Shards, extended Wrath of God, foil Sol Ring.
You know what?
A foil Ravnica.
Oh, he's got a
Temple
Savannah
Garden?
in there.
Right? Like,
Okay. As the words of Brando, F the budget.
yeah, F the budget, man. Like, this deck is a lot of money. A lot of money. There are cards in here that I have in foil that I am aware that they are too expensive.
Last thing I'll say, because I don't want Editor Joe to get mad on time.
Okay.
When you whip out a deck like this and you can show off these kinds of foils and this much expense caught up in one deck, to see a Diamond Valley, God, come on.
That's pretty cool.
That is so freaking cool.
Yeah, people are going to appreciate that.
I love to see that when I play against people. Lots of people have dual lands.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
But to see a Diamond Valley or a foil Academy Rector, sure. Maybe you have the money to spend $700-800 on a Magic card. Maybe you like to proxy and don't care about that kind of stuff. I don't have that money, and I do like to see this stuff.
Agreed.
And
yes.
When I have expensive cards or cool foils or even just rare stuff like foils from Masks and Invasion and Urza Block like are in this deck, I love when people take an interest in those things because they know they're rare or expensive.
Yeah.
And for me, that does contribute to a classic feel.
Yeah.
Right? It's like seeing a 1963 Corvette. It's a classic.
Yeah. If you had money, you could get one, but you don't. And so
I'll
you got
just
to appreciate them anyway.
I'll appreciate them at car shows, just like I'll appreciate decks like this at Command Fests and Magic Cons.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's how I want to end the arc for me, is saying that I appreciate the true classics.
See, and I want to end the arc for me by saying I also appreciate the true classics, and I really appreciate everybody sending their classic decks in.
Ooh.
And after next week, once we've previewed Eldraine, we're just gonna keep going with them. We're gonna do that because I'm sure Eldraine's gonna be great and there's gonna be some neat stuff. But I think we should do more classic decks instead.
Both?
We'll do them both, and we're gonna start doing both
After
after.
we thank our business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com.
Where you can use CCO Summer to save 5% off all the classic stuff, all the foil stuff, all the regular stuff that you're going to buy anyway to play the game, to make the decks that you love, and to send into us. And we're going to feature them on the show as we go along because we love these classic decks, and we're going to keep doing them because I think they're lots of fun to talk about. And if you need Eldraine stuff, we'll be here for that for you as well. And we're going to kick that off next week on the next exciting episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!